This is Freedom Global News.
House of Representatives show concern over bills awaiting concurrence in Senate. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control cautions tanker drivers against adulteration of groundnut oil. Correspondent reports on effects of air pollution. And on the foreign scene, United States military officials testify on Afghanistan withdrawal. Possessing a permanent voter's card is a duty to all citizens. Please ensure you acquire yours. Good evening, you're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hawa Adam Kiawa. Today is the 28th of September 2021, which is equivalent to the 20th of Safar at 1443 after Hijri. And now the news in full. The House of Representatives is concerned over the number of bills still awaiting concurrence in the Senate. The Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, during plenary today, disapproved the fact that over 100 bills from the House are yet to receive the attention of the Senate. He directed the Clerk of the House to communicate the displeasure of the lawmakers to his counterparts in the Senate. Gbajabiamila further ruled that all concurrence bills from the Senate be stepped down until the matter is resolved. One of the most recent bills is the Explosive Bill 2021, which seeks to repeal the Explosive Act of 1964 and reenact the Act to regulate the manufacturing, storage, possession, use, distribution, purchase, sale, transportation, importation, and exportation of explosives and related matters. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has cautioned tanker drivers against using kerosene tankers to carry groundnut oil. The NAFDAC's Director of Chemical Evaluation and Research, Mrs. Ngozi Onora, who gave the warning today in Abuja, said that the agency got information to that effect. Mrs. Ngozi Onora spoke at the ongoing nationwide sensitization campaign by NAFDAC against substandard foods and drugs. She said that using kerosene tankers to load groundnut oil for human consumption is dangerous to public health. The director noted that petrol and kerosene have chemical components. Ngozi Onora called on Nigerians to be vigilant and report any driver indulging in the act to relevant authorities. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria has resumed its activities nationwide today after 7 weeks of vacation. The vacation, which began on Friday, July 31st and ended on Monday, September 27th, was announced through a circular dated July 5th and signed by the National Industrial Court of Nigeria President, Justice Benedict Kanye. There was no court sittings during the vacation. However, during the period, Justice Bashir Al-Ali delivered a ruling that was filed via a motion on notice due to the urgent nature of the suit. Al-Ali granted an interlocutory injunction urging the National Association of Resident Doctors to suspend its 64-day-old strike and return to work immediately. Before we go on break, here's Muhammad San Uba with sports updates.
President Muhammadu Buhari will organize a state reception at a later date for the impressive national senior women's basketball team, the Tigers, in recognition of their record-matching triumph at the FIBA Women's Afro-Basket Championship held in Yaoundé, Cameroon at the weekend. Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dari, made the disclosure yesterday at a reception he jointly held with the FCT Minister of State, Dr. Ramatu Tijani in Abuja for the team and their officials. The Tigers beat Mali 70-59 on Sunday to emerge African champions for the third consecutive time to affirm their position as the continent's queens of basketball. In another update, former Liverpool and England striker Roger Hunt has died at the age of 83. Known as Sir Roger to Liverpool fans, Hunt was part of England's 1966 World Cup winning side and is the club's record league scorer with 244 goals. Meanwhile, Chelsea midfielder N'Golo Kante has tested positive for coronavirus and will miss tomorrow's Champions League tie with Juventus. The 30-year-old French international will be isolated for 10 days. In another development, two stadiums for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar will be inaugurated during the Arab Cup in November. The Al Bayt Stadium will host Qatar's opener against Bahrain, while the Ras Abu Aboud Stadium will host the encounter between the United Arab Emirates and Syria. The FIFA Arab Cup 2021 is set to kick off on November 30 with 16 teams from across the Arab world. Muhammad Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
The global news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the links to the page on our website, www.freedomradionig.com.
Musa, me kake nema a cikin kitchen?
Masoyiyata, ina son cokali in sha magani.
Masoyina, ka ɗauki comics kawai, ka yaga, sha ka samu sauki.
Haka ne fa, ku yi amfani da comics ma duk kai tare. Comics yana da dextromethorphan da guaifenesin. Kawai ku yaga ku sha, ku samu sauki yana kulele ka sha. Aha! Na samu sauki yanzu. Ina son comics. Comics, kamfani Orange Drugs Limited da ke yin kasuwanci da dilancinta. Maganin zai iya saka kasala. In alamar tarin bata tsaya ba bayan kwana 3, ka ga likitanka. Comics yana kulele.
Ingantaccen taimako daga sanyi da majina, duk inda ka tafi, duk inda ka je.
Aha! Proco na da paracetamol da kuma phenylephrine, magani mai sokaka daga sanyi da majina cikin minti 20. Proco ta kamfanin Orange Drugs Limited. Idan alamomin suka ci gaba bayan kwana 3, ka tuntubi likitanka. Proco, ingantaccen magani.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. Air pollution is caused by solid and liquid particles and certain gases that are suspended in the air. These particles and gases come from car and truck exhaust, factories, dust and pollen, as well as volcanoes and wildfires. The World Health Organization has warned against the effects of polluted air inhaled every day, which is more dangerous and harmful now due to recent excessive air pollution. Correspondent Zainab Amina Bakouri takes a look at the effect of air pollution and files in this report.
Health Organization reports that investigations have shown that almost 7 million people die every year as a result of inhaling various toxic gases. The research has shown that most developing countries are those suffering from excessive air pollution because they depend on petroleum and industries for the growth of their economy. It also shows that inhaling polluted air is more dangerous than smoking cigarettes. Freedom Radio interviews some people living in industrial areas on how they are coping with pollution.
And the noise pollution, well, you just have to be locking up your windows So it is really hard for us, and this industry should be sanctioned or be guided on how to do like.
Whenever they are processing their product, it is affecting us seriously. Air pollution, the smoke is coming directly into our houses, which is affecting our health, which is affecting the environment in general.
Chairman, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Bombay and Tokara branches, Kano State, Alhaji Sani Hussein Sali, said they are trying to see how they will reduce the emission of smoke and unwanted chemicals from industries so that they will reduce air pollution.
On our own part in Kano, we have been trying as much as we can to bring down the effect of the environmental degradation or pollution to the barest minimum. Mostly tanneries that usually dispense a lot of toxic water to the system or to the environment mostly have deployed new technology whereby the water can be recycled, refined, and be reused.
Dr. Idris Garba from Kano State Health Management said smoke emitted from industries are very harmful to health.
In the polluted air environment, you can have a lot of diseases like asthma will be there. You can have what you call pneumoconiosis. You can have silicosis, especially when you are dealing with silicons in most of these indoor areas. We can have allergies. Usually, you find that somebody have eye itching. You see people going about scratching their eyes.
The World Health Organization has called upon 194 countries to learn how to reduce pollution because of its danger to health, atmosphere, and environment. Zainab Aminu Bakori, Freedom Radio.
For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic, here is the report.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have light clouds and light winds at a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and later increase to 29 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals. Kaduna will be sunny and have light winds at an average temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and later increase to 28 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals. Katsina will experience similar weather conditions at a temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and later increase to 31 degrees Celsius with gentle breeze. Abuja is expected to have sunny intervals and light winds at an average temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and later increase to 29 degrees Celsius with light clouds and light wind. Lagos will be sunny at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and later increase to 29 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals. Maradi in Niger Republic is expected to have sunny intervals and light winds at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and later increase to 32 degrees Celsius with gentle breeze, while Zinder is expected to have light rain showers and light winds at a temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and later increase to 32 degrees Celsius with light clouds and gentle breeze. Halima Abu Sali, Freedom Radio.
And in business, here are the updates.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) spent a total of 905.27 billion naira on petroleum subsidy in 8 months amid rising global oil price. As the latest data obtained from the corporation show, the federal government had in March 2020 removed petroleum subsidy after reducing the pump price of the product to 125 per litre from 145 following the sharp drop in crude oil price. NNPC, which has been the sole import of petroleum into the country in recent years, has been bearing the subsidy cost since its resurface. Meanwhile, stock market activities on Monday, the Grand Australian volume and value of shares dropped by 77.99% and 73.49% respectively, with investors losing 51.03 billion naira as trading ended. The Nigerian Exchange Limited, formerly Nigerian Stock Exchange, all share index dropped by 0.25%. to close at 38,864.33 basic points from 38,962.28 basic points. The market capitalization of stock also dropped from 20.30 trillion naira on previous trading days to 20.25 trillion naira. In another update, Nigeria still has room for more borrowing to finance infrastructure development as investor interest in the country remains strong. The Director General of the Debt Management Office, Mr. Peter Onia, has said this in a partner season to mark the 30th anniversary of Financial Correspondent Association of Nigeria become in Lagos. She supported her claim with the oversubscription of Nigeria's recent edible sales, through which the country raised $4 billion. Aliyu Shaibu Muhammad, Freedom Radio.
Moving on to the foreign scene, United States Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley appeared before Congress today and acknowledged a series of failures that led to the chaotic withdrawal of United States troops from Afghanistan. General Milley warned the Senate Armed Service Committee that Afghanistan today appears headed towards civil war. The comments of top United States military officials, along with General Frank McKenzie, the head of Central Command who oversaw the withdrawal, were the most extensive public comments from Pentagon leaders since the August 30th withdrawal. Milley and McKenzie said their professional military assessments warned that the Western-backed government in Kabul would fall if the United States withdrew all troops. And with this, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Hawa Adam Kiawa. Have a wonderful evening.